Can you guys see what I'm standing next to right here? This is probably the cheapest Bentley Continental GT ever sold, that will probably ever be sold. I just bought this 552 horsepower, 200 mile an hour supercar, if you will, for $8,000. And I'm going to be honest with you, I knew from the very beginning for $8,000, something's going to be very wrong with this all-wheel drive exotic supercar. Can I call it that? I'm going to call it that because 200 mile an hour top speed, 552 horsepower, 0 to 60 in 4.5 seconds. Not bad for this once six-figure car. And to get one for $8,000, I knew something was going to be wrong with it. However, I was not prepared for how much is actually wrong with this car. We'll start out with the fact that the suspension is raised like all the way up here. The front is sitting like this. It was not like this in the pictures, and this is what really frustrates me with buying red light cars at auction. Even though it was $8,000, stupid cheap. There is more money in parts on this car. Do you have any idea how much headlights sell for? Or a bumper. These bumpers, you can never find them without them being completely shattered and destroyed. Parts of this car worth a lot of money. There's a premium, but I don't have the time or the energy to be tearing a car apart and breaking it down into pieces. When I saw the pictures of this, the front end was not sitting up in the air. This car was sitting perfectly level. And I thought, okay, sure, it's going to have some problems, but right now we're facing an immediate suspension problem. We're also sitting on completely dry rotted. I mean, these tires, these have got to be like 20 years old. And that's concerning. How long has this car actually been parked and sitting for? We're also missing the Bentley center cap. Oh, great. Great. We have some specialty spline-driven locking lug nut. That's going to be great. We're missing some chrome trim. Not the end of the world. There's a big dent on the side. I knew about this. It's not that bad. It might have, honestly, for $8,000, it's probably not even something I'd worry about fixing. I would probably get behind here and try to pop out as much of this as I could. But like this little gnarly spot here, probably wouldn't worry about it too much. Same thing with this tire. Very, very dry rotted. I mean, these tires are ancient, which leads me to believe this car probably hasn't been on the road in a very long time. And I'll show you some other reasons why I believe that to be true. When the car got here, this window was all the way down. So it went through weather and everything from like Pennsylvania with the window down. I fought and fought to get this window to go back up again. We also have a broken mirror casing. This light cover is broken. Again, not the end of the world. What else? Oh, we've got the missing Bentley logo that goes on the hood release. And here's another interesting thing. Hold on. I'm getting you guys. There we go. I noticed that I couldn't get the hood release to work. It's like it's binding up or something. And I checked all this here and I was like, all right, everything's there and looks good. No, somebody took the hood latches out of this car. So the hood does not actually close. It latches on a safety latch here. But that's it. The hood does not close on this, which is very sketchy. And as you're under the hood, you start noticing things like feces. There's a lot of rat, mouse, and squirrel poop all over the top of this engine. Again, telling me this car has probably been parked for a long, long time. Let's take a look at the oil. It's full. It's got oil, and that's the only fluid I'm going to check. I'm not even... I would be surprised if this car makes it more than a mile or two down the road. I don't think this car has got in it. We're missing an entire center cap up here too. Does it have... Yep, that splinder. I hope that's in the car. I hope that tool's in the car. So we're also missing the chrome over here. We're missing the logo for the center cap here. By the way, you know how much these center caps are? Just for perspective, one of these center caps is over $200 for an individual center cap. You got a broken backup camera just dangling back here. The trunk, this is your opener for the trunk. I don't think it works. And somebody put the wrong battery in it too. Guys, we're just getting started. We're just getting warmed up. All right. Will this open it? No. Okay, that's fine. Let me show you the interior of the car. We had severe thunderstorms last night, and I have no doubt that somewhere water has gotten into this car because Bentleys always leak. Now, the main reason I bought this car was because of this blue interior. It is gorgeous. The interior of this car looks great. It was sold as true mileage unknown, meaning it says it's got like 85,000, but it could be 385,000. It's hard to say. Oh yeah, that carpet's soaked. Oh, there's some of the chrome trim. Oh wow. You guys see this? Yeah. And what's bad about this is the body control module is under this carpet. There's a giant batch of foam padding that holds gallons of water, and the BCM sits under there, and it controls the engine computers. It controls everything. Do we have that? We do have the spline. Oh, thank you. Oh, we've got the bolts and the hood latches. Well, one of them. Okay, here's a temp tag. I didn't know this was in here. 9/7 of 23. So this has definitely been sitting for at least a couple of years. Some wiring. What did this go to? Great. We've got wiring. We've got water intrusion into the car. We're on a freaking roll already. This floor is dry. All right, so that's good. Let's see if we can get into the trunk. I bet it's going to make me put the key in the ignition. I don't know if the batteries are charged or not. Let's see if we can... Uh-oh. The trunk isn't working, and it used to work. That's what's crazy. The gas tank doesn't work either. That also used to work. Come on. Body control module, which, as I said, is under the carpet that is soaking wet, which means the BCM is probably... Is this water? Yep. Tail light? No. Tail light's fine. I'm just tripping. Okay, so the BCM appears to be completely dead. Let's see if it'll start, because it did run. Okay, it runs. It's running. Not running half bad. This is interesting. You probably can't see it, but the temperature gauge says that it's almost 80 degrees Celsius. Yeah, you guys can't see that. This car is stone cold. I haven't started it today at all. So, something going on with that. Will you stop the beeping? Also, none of these controls work. Let me tell you why that's a problem. In a Bentley, all of this controls everything. Climate control, radio, but also communication with the car for things like the suspension. Leveling the suspension, this all goes through here. Yeah. Sport suspension also goes through here. We have a spoiler up and down. It seems to work. Nope, it's stuck. Perfect. Okay, we're off to a great start. It's stuck in the up position. Let's see if we can get to the trunk now that the car is running. Yeah. There we go. All right. So this is how the car came to me. Both of these are laying here. Vice grips are randomly laying here. We have some kind of an audio converter, RCA converter, presumably for a stereo that is no longer in the car. I'm betting they had one of those Android systems, and before they sold the car, they ripped it out, which means they probably chopped up all my wiring. So putting a factory stereo back in here is probably not going to work out very well. So we have a ton of fuses. I can't wait to check all of these, because I can assure you some of them are not going to be working. Also need to check these maxi fuses. Then we have some more mini fuses over there. What do we have over here? What is this? What is that? What is all? We got some rust, and this is the wrong battery. Totally the wrong battery for this car. This is lovely. We're off to a wonderful start. I'll tell you something though. Instead of being so negative about how bad the car is, can we just appreciate for a moment that it's running? And it seems like it's actually running well. This is not running poorly at all. The engine's not shaking or vibrating. Strange that the cooling fan is running, because again, this thing is ice cold, guys. This is a cold start. So I think we got a problem with the temperature sender unit, maybe a temperature gauge. That thing is running full steam ahead, man. Coolant, might as well. She's full. Nice bright green coolant. I'll tell you something. It doesn't sound like it's running on all of its cylinders. Oh, wow, that sounded bad. Oh, it's because of this. Oh, wow. You want to know why water is getting into the... This car doesn't have a sunroof, so it's not coming through the sunroof drains. It's coming through here. This... Oh, that just moves freely? That's not supposed to do that. Okay. This is broken. This should fit nice and snug just under this little lip here. And it's supposed to catch water, and the water should drain into a drain under the car. If this is just open like this, water could... Here's the problem. Water is actually getting into the fuse box. There's not even a cover on that. There should be a cover. So you've got water intruding into one of the main fuse and relay boxes. There is one of your primary computer control modules right there for the car. This car has two. This is basically two 6-cylinder engines together with one crankshaft in the middle, and it has two computers that control. Sometimes they're put right next to each other. I didn't see the other one. There are two computers though, so they must be sitting. I think they're mounted together. I think you got one up front and one behind. So they're both going to be sitting back there behind this vacuum. Somebody's been in here. Somebody's been in here. Because this isn't bolted down, and I think this is just a... Is this a coolant expansion tank? I'm not really sure. But somebody's been poking around in here. And it wasn't me. All right. Great. Can we... Again, this hood does not close. So, oh man. Great. There we go. What a mess. What a mess. I'm listening to this thing run, and it sounds off. Doesn't it sound like it's burbly? Blah, 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 blah. Now it's smooth as silk. I don't feel any misfires. I'm gonna tell you right now, I have plenty of exhaust coming out of each exhaust tip, but this one is ice cold. Like literally, you could shove your hand here. There's no heat coming out of this exhaust pipe at all, ice cold. This one, however, is hot. Ooh, yeah, you put your hand in there, that's hot. So we're only running on half the engine. This car, as good as it's running, as good as it sounds right now, this is only running on 6 cylinders, which means since this exhaust pipe is hot, it's running off this side of the engine. This side of the engine is dead, which means we've got either a faulty computer, blown fuse, something, chewed up wiring from a mouse, a CAN bus fault, or it could absolutely be from the water intrusion into this side of the carpet. I don't know if you've got to pull the seats out. I'll bet you do. Does this seat even move? Oh, good, good, good. We may have to pull this seat. Oh, yeah, it's soaking wet up here. This is where the water's coming from. Look at this. Water's coming from up here, behind the dashboard. What is this? Oh, come on. Are you kidding me? Oh, D-pinned wires and connectors? I wonder where those go. Oh, look, we got... This is getting better and better. Okay. I had to have an $8,000 Bentley, right? I just couldn't pass up the opportunity of a lifetime. And look at this suspension. Oh my goodness, this car is awful. We'll definitely want to run some codes once we take it for a quick test drive. You guys ready for that? Let me go grab a tag. We'll throw a tag on it. Let me air up the tires, and let's find out if this thing runs and drives at all. All right, I aired all the tires up to 40 PSI. We put a dealer plate on. I ripped the camera off the back because, yeah, let's just not do that. It was broken anyway. So I cut the wire. All the tires are up. Oh, the question is, does this cheap Bentley drive? We know it runs. Even though it seems like it's running great, it's not. Yeah, I guarantee you, when we put why is that spoiler stuck? It's supposed to automatically deploy, and it came up, and now it's stuck open. Okay, I guess let me get buckled up. Let's just take this thing on the road. It's definitely only running on half the engine. Are we ready? Here we go. What's it beeping about? Oh, it's trying to die. Come on. This is not off to a good start. Come on. Come on. There you go. It can do it, man. I love the color of this interior. This blue is absolutely gorgeous. I don't care about the true mileage unknown. I don't even care that it's only running on half an engine right now. I think a lot of this could probably be resolved with getting that carpet up and digging into the body control module, also looking through fuses and relays. And I smelled the gas on this. Remind me when if we get to the 5 mile mark. These tires are 8 years old also, so more great news. When we get to the 5 mile mark, because it's gonna make it. It's barely making it out of the driveway, but I'm certain it can make it. Come on. There we go. There we go. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. There we go. Oh, you know what? The hood doesn't close. Oh, man. That's right. The hood does not close on this. I can't be going 65 miles an hour in this. Let's pull it back up around to the shop. Let me see if I can come up with some way of... Oh, this front end is bouncy. Oh my goodness. This thing rides like one of those old Lincolns that has no air ride left. This is perfect. I'll go ahead and show you now what makes me think this thing had been sitting for years, aside from all the animal feces. Let's open the gas tank. And the smell was not good. Let's see if we can roll this window down. I don't want this thing accidentally locking us out. And right now, I don't trust it. But come over here to the fuel door and take a look inside of this. Look at this. And look at how much stuff is just down. I mean, that is so crusty and nasty. And if you smell it, no, that ain't right. That ain't right. Overall, now that you get it in the sun, beautiful car. Even with the dent in the back, beautiful car. Gorgeous blue, and that blue interior. Oh man, it's like the chef's kiss. Absolutely gorgeous. Let me see if I can come up with some way of not destroying my hood and getting this hood to actually latch. Now, don't hate me because I'm a genius, okay? The more I dig into this car, the more I see a parts car. Yes, I have run a ratcheting strap from the hood over the middle, not to the bumper, to the core support where the cooling fan is. And then I stuck a bunch of screws down in here because if this doesn't open, it shouldn't open. But this is safe. We can now go 60 miles an hour. I've got this thing buckled down. If the car will go 60 miles an hour, we can go 60 miles an hour. And, oh, the flapper closed. What I found, I was looking, trying to figure out why this doesn't work. Well, it doesn't work because well, there you go. There's nothing back there. There is no pull cord for, great. There's nothing back there to release the latches. So I'm glad I didn't put I was going to throw those back on and latch it down. We'd never got it open. Never. we would have never gotten it open. All right, here we go. Temperature is coming up nicely. A lot of people get scared. The temp gauge on these older Bentleys goes to 200, and it looks like it's overheating. It's not. That is perfectly normal. I guess let's get it on the road and see what it does. This side is soaked, and I just saw in the back seat there's water on the floorboards back there too. So this thing is just leaking water everywhere. Yeah, it's kind of lethargic, man. I mean, you got to think this thing's like 550 horsepower, so right now it's at like 275, which still isn't horrible. Does it shift? It's not shifting. It doesn't shift. Are you kidding me? Oh, there it goes. Okay. Whoo! Oh, man. A transmission that doesn't shift, along with every other. We're running on half an engine and a transmission that doesn't seem to want to shift. We're riding on 8-year-old tires that are completely worn out, and a car that's full of water. It's literally full of water right now. I can't believe we're driving it. Okay, we've got a W12 that's operating on 6 cylinders, a transmission that wasn't quite sure if it wanted to shift, old rotted tires. 90% of the electronics do not work, and yet here we are. We're level fault workshop. Great. Well, I think we knew there was something very wrong with the air suspension. Right now, listen, I'm going 70 miles an hour in a car that I've never seen before, and I know what you're saying. This Bentley is junk. Like, this Bentley is absolutely scrap. It probably wasn't even worth the $8,000, but listen, I'm doing 70 miles an hour. The transmission just shifted into its overdrive gear, so the transmission works. Surprisingly, the horn kind of works. The car drives straight as an arrow down the road. It's not vibrating or pulsing or anything. We'll see how the brakes do here in just a minute. No, none of the electronics work. Like, as far as the stereo, the climate control, the suspension leveling, like nothing over there is working. But I would almost bet that 90% of this is going to be traced back to whoever did this stereo. I guarantee you they have chopped and screwed the wiring behind it, and the stereo is probably not even hooked up. If we could get that hooked up, most of this stuff would come back if the body control module that is under that waterlogged floor is not damaged or destroyed. And believe it or not, this car only running on half of its cylinders can be directly tied to that body control module that also runs the CAN bus. That control module controls both computers. So yes, something can absolutely go wrong and kill half of the engine. When I first saw this car, I was pretty seriously considering scrapping this thing. It's not good. And even though I know it's not good, I can't get over the fact I'm not doing 75. I'm pushing 80 miles an hour. I'm pushing 80 miles an hour in a Bentley that I paid $8,000 for. And I'm going to tell you something. This is the addiction. If you've ever wondered why do people get addicted to buying these crappy, cheap cars, this is the reason why. Right here. We get addicted to the deal. It's not necessarily the car itself. It's the deal. The fact that one of these cars today in decent condition is going to run you $35,000 to $40,000 for this generation. $35,000 to $40,000 for one of these. So you can ride around looking like an early 2000s real estate baller before the market crashed. You know, in 2026. All right, let's be real. While the car is still a very impressive piece of technology, absolutely, no contest, it is. It's not a baller status car today. If you buy one of these, you buy it because you're an enthusiast. You buy it not because you want people to look at you and go, ooh, he's driving an old Bentley. You want them to see you and go, I respect that. A person that respects an older car that's guaranteed to bankrupt them. Like, you have to have respect for somebody like that. And I respect these cars because of how well they drive. If you've never driven a Bentley, these cars are not just about showing off. I'm literally driving down the road with an orange ratchet strap holding my hood closed, screws in the hood, 8-year-old dry rotted tires, a dent in the back, and water all over the interior. I'm not out here trying to impress anybody. The point is the deal. It's the deal. $8,000 for a Bentley. Where can you find deals like this? They don't exist. They just don't exist. And if you find one, if you're lucky enough to find one like I did, well, get your wallet and credit cards ready to be maxed out, because there's a reason it was cheap. And I'll be the first to admit, the car's got a lot of problems. The car's got a lot of problems. Primarily running on 50% of the engine. That's my biggest problem with this car right now. Running on half of the engine. But, and this is a big but, for an over-engineered, crazy car like this, to be able to run on 50% of the engine, it's running on half of its power, nothing in the car is working. The car just made it 5 miles. We were doing almost 80 miles an hour and it cruised. It did not feel like it was down on power. I wasn't punching it. I'm not trying to hurt the car, so I'm not gonna be out here smashing on it. But just drivability-wise, the car drives smooth. The car actually drives really, really well. Even with the suspension being all boogered up, it drives great. If you got this thing sorted out, you had it right, guys, this would be a phenomenal car for the money. We're gonna run the codes when we get back to the shop, but what I'm concerned about is that we don't have a flashing check engine light. We're literally down half an engine. Half the engine is not working. It revs nicely. Listen to that. Oh, it sounds so good. I was really hoping that front suspension was gonna come back down, because what is that smell? Oh my goodness, that smells like death. Wow. Okay, nice and hot from that side. Ice cold still on this side. So yeah, we're literally running on 6 cylinders. That's crazy. That's crazy. I don't think there are many cars out there that would operate on half of the engine, except for European cars like these, guys. These cars are notorious to be, they're over-engineered, over-complicated. But even if half the engine goes down, remember, it's got 2 computers. So it only needs half of the engine to work, and the car actually still drives great. I'm surprised that we're not seeing any smoke or anything coming out from under the hood, considering we were going almost 80 miles an hour, cruising down the highway here for 5 miles. For what it is, and for what I paid for it, you're gonna get no real complaints out of me, other than it's tough to decide whether this car is worth tearing into and putting money into, or parting out and probably actually making a profit. So it's been sitting here idling for a while. You guys probably can't see the gauges, of course not, but the temperature gauge is sitting perfectly at 200. That's where it's supposed to be. The gas gauge is working. It's gone down considerably. So I guess back on the road. Let's see if we do a little... No, it won't even do a burnout. Yeah. Oh, wow. Okay. Let's give her a little throttle, man. Not bad for running on half an engine. Uh-oh. Shift. There we go. She shifts strong. It just takes her a minute. It's a little slow. Now we're doing 70. Wow. Okay. Ease up, girl. Speed demon, man. Got that 275 horsepower putting in work right now. Look, I'm going to tell you something. I have a sneaky suspicion that this is actually a good car. I know you guys are thinking I'm probably crazy for saying that. I think the main thing that needs to get figured out is this center stack. The whole thing does not work. That's got to get figured out. That'll fix a lot. I believe that'll fix a lot of this stuff that's not working in the car. Pulling up the carpet, getting the BCM out from the waterlogged floor, fixing that thing under the hood that's causing it to leak to begin with, and obviously figuring out why this thing is only operating on half the engine. The fact that one whole side of the engine is dead seems to me like we have a computer that is dead, whether that's because a fuse is blown, a relay is out, a CAN bus communication error, something is going on causing this thing. I'm going 80. You could absolutely drive this car. Like, I'm going to tell you right now, and I probably wouldn't say this about any other car that was misfiring, unless it was like another V12. This thing is running on half of the engine, and it's smooth as butter. It's not sitting here with that pop, 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 pop misfire. It doesn't do any of that. It's running like an inline six, as smooth, and because that's what it is, effectively. With half the engine dead, this is now an inline six. It is super smooth. Even the acceleration, when I give it throttle, it's smooth as butter. If you didn't know what this car was capable of, if you had never driven one before, you would drive this and you'd be like, all right, yeah, it's not particularly quick, but you'd probably chalk it up to being an old, big, heavy car. And you would probably drive this thing all day, every day, without too many concerns. I'm telling you right now, the way it's driving, I would throw a set of tires on it and fix the climate control. I'd drive ahead, fix the hood. Well, see, this is where it gets complicated. It's like, all we got to do is this, but that list starts adding up quickly. We got to figure out why it's running on half the engine and fix it. Probably got to replace a body control module, clean up wiring. Whatever's going on behind this radio, if it even works, that's got to be cleaned up. And if you need a radio, this radio is anywhere between $700 and $1,100 used. All right, you see what I mean? You need the tires. You need to get the center caps. Does the windshield wipers work? Because that one just kind of came up all on its own. Where are the windshield wipers? Oh, they don't. Oh, yep, just one. I had a feeling. So you got that to contend with too. The hood latches that don't work because there's no cable, so that should be fun to dig into. There's no room under this hood to work on anything. God, yeah, you know, when in the suspension, you don't know if it's a problem with the suspension itself or if it's a CAN bus issue or an issue with this center control unit that runs everything not working. You just don't know. There's a lot of unknowns here, and this stuff can get really expensive really quick. But I'm telling you, the way this car is running and driving right now on the highway, if it didn't look so damn ridiculous, I would drive this thing home. Like, I would actually be out cruising around in this if the front end wasn't sticking up in the air and I didn't have a giant orange cord holding my hood shut. So let's pull up to the shop. Let's grab the code reader, because now that we were successful at getting this thing 10 miles, which is extremely impressive. I didn't think the tires were going to hold out for 6 miles. I'm shocked the whole car held out for 10 miles. I just noticed the air conditioning is on. But again, you can't, none of this, like nothing here works at all. There's the spoiler stuck again. I should have left it well enough alone. And here's the suspension button. This is what should be controlling the car raising and lowering. I know that all of this connects through this screen, but I don't know if it requires the screen to work, because like the spoiler, when you push it, it works without the screen. At least it tries to work. The adaptive suspension, I don't think that works. There's a lot of questions here, guys. A lot of questions. You know what? In fact, since we're here, this looks like somebody's been in here. Oh, yeah. Okay. I had a hunch. Oh, and it's a salvage part item. That's from a salvage yard. This piece right here is probably like $400, $500 by itself. So the radio's not even installed. That's what I thought. Oh no, we've got missing wiring. Oh, we've got cut wires. There's a hot wire right here that's just hanging out. There's a taped up ground wire. That's what this other pigtail goes to. Right here. That we found. This goes to the back of the radio. Yep. And we've got a bunch of cut wires down there. Somebody just got in there and chopped them. Perfect. So what do you think the chances are that if we figure out how to rewire this whole thing, it'll come back to life? And here's another issue. Do you see that green connector? Where's the connector? And where's the wires that used to go to? Oh, somebody got in here and busted all this out. Look at this. There's supposed to be an entire bracketry assembly here that goes into the dash. broken. This part right here, also broken. Where it screws in. Yeah, this whole, somebody got in here and just ripped it out. They ripped the whole stereo out of it. And I guarantee you, this green connector probably has something to do with all of these accessories that aren't working. Okay, that is wonderful news. Yet again, you see what I mean? It's one of those cars where it's like the more I start digging into it, the more I think this is a bad idea. Well, that took an insane amount of time. I've never had a car with so many codes before. This car has 101 codes. I am not even joking. Let's take a look at these 101 codes. Here is some good news though. We do have a transmission code. We have 10 ECM codes on one computer, and on the second computer we have 2 codes. Why is that good? It's good because it means both engine computers are working. That means they have power, and they do have CAN bus capabilities because they're talking to one another. So let's go to the list. We're going to start. Wow. We're going to... ambient air temperature sensor. That's no big deal. Engine control module, incorrect coding. Uh-oh. Incorrect coding? Does this mean that somebody put an engine computer in here and they didn't program it to the car? Interesting. Cooling fan. Lower limit not reached. Pressure sensor for brake booster, implausible. Intake air system leak. Lower limit not reached. Check DTC memory of engine control module 2, implausible signal between the 2 engine computers communicating. Probably because one of them is not coded. Invalid data received from cruise control module, cruise control switch, implausible. Engine temperature is too low. Exhaust gas temperature sensor, implausible. This is gonna, the exhaust gas temperatures aren't gonna make sense because on the driver's side, they're gonna be nice and hot. On the passenger side, they're ice cold because it's not working. We have the transmission Tiptronic switch implausible signal. Then we have, oh my goodness, access and start authorization. Left door, voltage, terminal 30 open, terminal 30 open, key 1, lower limit not reached, rear bumper access, start authorization antenna, access start, these are all antennas. This is for the keyless entry and stuff. We don't need to worry about those right now. Again, seats, who really cares? Massage function control module, terminal 30. We're getting a lot of problems with voltage at terminal 30. I'd be willing to bet terminal 30 is going to be down there in that body control module. Okay, these are all seat stuff. Air conditioning, oil pressure actuator, faulty. Outside temperature sensor, faulty. Terminal 30, yet again. Refrigerant level, lower limit not reached. Combination comfort data bus, no signal. Drivetrain data bus. Doors, engine control module number 2. Recirculating valve for turbocharger bank 2 mechanical malfunction. That's a problem, okay? Invalid data received from cruise control module. Then the instrument cluster. And this is all doors, infotainment. Yeah, the bus is not working. Climate control is not working. Then we have gateways. Door module, front information display, infotainment, data bus. Yeah, obviously we've got problems with the data bus. Analog clock, no communication. It's not working because everything is broken down there. The leveling system, diagnostic interface for data bus, no signal. Again, this could all be leading to that body control module. Drive battery voltage, lower limit not reached. Level control system sensor mechanical malfunction. Left front level control sensor implausible signal. I can't speak today. Switch off due to excessive temperature. Upper limit received. Upper limit exceeded. Ride control system. Lower limit not reached. Good Lord. Terminal 30. Again, terminal 30. We've got to figure out exactly what terminal 30 is. I guarantee you it's in the body control module. Rain sensor not working. Terminal 30. So this terminal 30 controls a lot of stuff in this car. Combination comfort data bus, no signal. And let's see what else. We've got CAN problems, brake lights, left, right, doors, front information control unit not working, data bus, no signal, control module faulty for TPMS, that's no big deal. Wipers, It's got a problem with the wipers, parking aid, everything in the parking aid is broken, telephone, terminal 30 not working, and that's it. That's it, guys. All we have to do is figure out why 101 things in this car does not work and fix it. Going to do a quick erase, which will probably take about 10 minutes, and we'll see what codes come back immediately. So after sitting here with ChatGPT for probably over an hour now, and this car's just been sitting here idling, running like a dream, honestly, what we have found is the complaint that the tablet was giving in ECU1, you'll find that it's mainly complaining about a software mismatch between ECM1 and ECM2. And initially, we thought this was the problem. Like, immediately, I was like, okay, somebody threw a computer in it and it wasn't programmed to the car. Easy peasy, because over here, right here, it says engine control module incorrect coding. No signal or communication. Well, I just went through and screenshotted it. I mean, guys, I've sat here for over an hour going through all of the live data on both of these ECUs. And just to give you an idea of what's involved with this, each ECU has the same data, and it starts here. And it just goes. And I have had to look through every single line of data. And what you find is that on ECU1, although some of the data works, the important stuff doesn't. You have no misfire counters. They're disabled. Okay, lambda control, 0. Lambda control status is off. O2 regulating is off. This thing is not trying to control oxygen sensors. You could rev it, and these numbers don't change. You can scroll, you could scroll through this thing. There are, here are your sensor voltage for bank 1 and 2, sensor 2. Absolutely nothing on the lambda side. It's reading a lot, but voltage for things like oxygen sensors don't work. So it's definitely killing lambda control. Here is sensor 1 and sensor 1. Again, 0, completely dead. All right. And then you go through the cylinder misfires and timing, cylinder timing. When you hit the throttle, cylinder timing should be changing for cylinder 5, 6, 4 and 3, 2 and 1. Nothing. We're getting nothing from timing. All right. And then here's a list, 1 through 6, all of the timing in degrees. Doesn't change at all. So it's not adjusting timing. It's not checking lambda control. All right. And we have misfire counters, just flat out 0. And it shows misfire recognition disabled. It's like the computer is communicating with the other computer. They are in communication with each other. The problem is computer number 1 is not controlling cylinders 1 through 6. And by the way, remember earlier when we got behind the car and I said the right side exhaust was ice cold? Well, this thing is showing like negative 48 degrees for the engine coolant temperature sensor on the right bank. The right bank is over here. That's bank 1. That is cylinders 1 through 6. The exhaust on that side was cold as ice. It's seeing negative 48 degrees Celsius as the ECT temp, which is a default fail-safe if it's not receiving a signal. And this alone could cause that entire bank to shut off fueling and timing control. So it could be an issue here with the wiring, or it could be a failed temp sensor is causing it to shut down that side of the engine. But again, it could also be a body control module flooded in the floor, sending all kinds of problems. What we're seeing is that computer 1 is missing a lot of information that is required to run the car. We know that the exhaust gas temperatures are way off, guys. I was hoping we could find it here. I found it earlier, but anyway, the exhaust gas temperatures on the driver's side were 300 degrees Celsius. On the passenger side, it was like 60 degrees Celsius. We're like ambient temperature. All right, so we know for a fact everything on that side is dead. We also know for a fact the computer is working. All right, it's online, it's functioning. How do I know that? Because I'm in it right now. I'm accessing all of this data just fine. So we have something going on that's causing that computer to say, we're going into like a fail-safe mode. We're not running this half of the engine. And I think it all points to that box under the carpet. Unfortunately, I'm not going to have time to rip this out and get into it today. This is going to be a time-consuming job, but we are going to come back. At a minimum, I know the car is a piece of junk, okay? I understand it's probably not worth the time, but it's a Bentley. All right, it's a Bentley. It's a cheap Bentley. And if we could dry this out, clean corrosion, and get this body control module working to where we can revive the engine computer and get this thing running on all 12 cylinders for nothing but some time and some labor, I think we have to. We have an obligation, we have a responsibility to do what we can to bring this car back to life as cheaply as possible. Let's get out and see if we have working lights, because I remember seeing some codes for tail lights and brake lights, and just kind of curious, do we have anything? Yeah, we got lights. Yeah, we got lights. Absolutely, we got lights, man. Come on. See, this car is just begging us to bring it back to life. Yeah. I mean, it looks ridiculous, but at least I know the hood's not going to pop open now. This isn't that bad, guys. I mean, it is. It is that bad. Whoa. Hey, easy. There we go. I think we are done with all of this for now. We can take this off and shut it down, unplug my tools, and just shut everything down. This video it appears to be pushing an hour long, and I know how you guys just love super long videos. We're going to take this car, we're going to park it back where it came from. Let me close this door real quick here. And I think we're going to call this video a wrap, because it's getting late and I got to decide what car I want to drive home today. I'm like 99% committed to selling my Ram, my beautiful 2025 Ram 2500 with 11,000 miles on the odometer. This bad boy right here. This has been honestly, it's been a pleasure to own, and if I sell it, and I probably am, I'm really gonna miss it. Look at all the trucks I've got, guys. I got a Tahoe, I got a Ram 1500, I've got a Ford F-150, I got 3 trucks. Oh, and a Raptor. Is that 4? Do I got 4 trucks? 1, 2. Yeah, I got 4. I forgot about the Raptor. I forgot about it. I've got 4 trucks, guys, sitting here ready to work. Now, not all of them are cut out for hauling. I mean, like hauling a 4,000-pound trailer in a 4,000-pound car, for sure. In fact, the only one that would probably do all right is the 2009 Ram 1500. What are you beeping? Oh, lights are on. Sorry, here. Jeez. I apologize. I'm off today. I slept in this house, this Casper ghost house last night, because I actually ran the Raptor into a ditch. The roads were flooded. I couldn't see, and I hit a patch of flooded road, and when I hit it, it pulled me off the road. I went into a ditch, and the Raptor actually went sideways. I mean, it went sideways. And of course, I was in 2-wheel drive mode. Oh, shit! I just went off into a ditch. I just went into a ditch. I couldn't see the road. You see that? It's completely flooded. Oh shit, the truck is bucking and jerking and surging. Now I have to check engine lights on. Great, it's misfiring. I got the engine flooded. It went underwater. No 4x4. I don't know how I got out of that ditch, but I mean, I was sideways in the middle of the night, like midnight 30, sideways in a ditch, and all you can see is mud flying up over the truck. It pulled me out. This truck in 2-wheel drive pulled me out of a ditch that was probably this deep, and water flooding over the hood and the windshield. Water was coming inside the door. It got into the air intake box, and the truck actually died, but it got me out of that ditch before it died. It started bucking and surging and misfiring. Guess where the air intake box is? It's on the driver's side, and the driver's side is where it pulled me off. The truck did eventually just stall out and die. Not hardcore or anything. It just kind of plit and died. Started back up, drove it to the stop sign. It died. Got it here, let it set, let it run for a bit, gave it a few soft revs to kind of clear things out, shut it off for the night, came out today. I've driven it about 60 miles today. Absolutely fine. I love the Raptor. I'm a Dodge guy, honestly. But the Raptors are absolutely freaking cool. Listen, if you guys enjoyed today's video, hit the thumbs up button. I got no sleep last night. I'm exhausted, but I still wanted to come out here and make this video for you all. Consider subscribing to the channel if you're not already subscribed. And until next time, stay safe out there, everybody. I look forward to seeing you all again very soon in the next one.